Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another speed build. So today I'm building another family home, and this time it's here in the world of Copperdale, which is of course the world that we got in the high school years expansion pack. So for this home, I basically just wanted it to feel a bit more realistic. I wanted it to have like realistic clutter pieces. I wanted it to not look very fancy. I wanted it to really feel like a regular family lives here who doesn't necessarily have like a lot of money or a like very high paying job or anything, and so I really tried to make that come across in the interior as well as the exterior, and I think the house just ends up being super cute. There's 2 bedrooms, they're both upstairs. There's a bathroom upstairs as well, along with like a little like landing area at the top of the staircase, and then the downstairs has the entryway, a living room, dining room, kitchen, and the kitchen might be my favorite room in the entire house. I think it's just so cute and I like the layout of it, so you guys will have to let me know if you agree. There's also a bathroom downstairs, but it's just like a little powder room, so a half bath, and then there's a sunroom as well, which I was thinking it's kind of just like a skill building area, so I put a few things related to that in there, and I tried to pick things out that I kind of saw the Sims in this build using, basically, because I think this house belongs to like a younger adult male Sim. I mean, I don't think he's like a super young adult, but I think he's not like an adult yet. I think he's still young, but he doesn't really like date very often. He's kind of socially awkward. I think he's a bit of a loner, but at some point in his life he had to adopt his niece, and she lives here with him, and I think they have a very close relationship. I think they get along really well and he cares about her deeply. So I was also thinking maybe he's family oriented. So I was thinking loner, family oriented, and then I don't know, the other trait, I think maybe he's into music or cooking. I haven't quite decided, but maybe something else. I also was thinking he likes reading, because I was thinking he's actually quite the catch. He just has never been that good with relationships. He's just doesn't really go out and seek relationships, basically. He would rather just be by himself and play music like on his keyboard or read a book and just maybe do some woodworking. I also thought he was into that, so he's just into lots of different things. So I guess that makes sense, since he doesn't spend a lot of time with other Sims. He spends a lot of time alone. He probably has lots of hobbies, and I think he probably got this house like right after high school. He saved up money, maybe he worked a couple of jobs or something, and now he actually has quite a big like savings, even though he doesn't have like the highest paying job in the entire world. And so I think his niece recognizes this and realizes like what a catch he is, and is always trying to set him up, trying to get him to go out. And I think because she is such a social butterfly and she is always going out with her friends, that he's kind of forced into more social activities than he would necessarily go for, especially when it comes to school, because there's different like meetings and requirements and activities that I'm sure she's involved in, that he has to go to the school and interact with other people, and it's not his favorite thing. I think once he's out and about and like around other people, he's fine, he's not too awkward, but it's basically getting himself into those social situations is the hard part. It's kind of what I was thinking. I was actually thinking a lot of details about this family, and so I really just adore them. I think the idea of this family is just a really nice one. I think they'd be fun to play with. So if you guys would like to play with this sort of family, I don't know, I would love to hear it or see screenshots. You could always share them with me on Twitter or something. But yeah, I think the teen is very social, and basically I didn't have too much of an idea when I came into this build who was going to live here, but once I placed that window on the balcony that your Sims can climb in and out of, I knew I wanted to have a teen in this build. I mean, I kind of had like a rough idea of a teen living in this house because it's the high school years world, but I didn't have it like set in my mind. But once I placed that window, I knew that I definitely wanted one, and I had that window, so they might as well be able to sneak out of the house. And so I don't think this teenager is necessarily rebellious. I don't think they're sneaking out to like do things that are like bad. Basically, I don't think they're like sneaking out to parties necessarily. Maybe parties, but like pretty innocent parties probably, but mostly they just want to be with their friends. They really just want to spend more time with their friends. So if it's late at night and they can't sleep and one of their friends is out and about, they want to go spend their time with them. So I really like that idea, and I think the teen, as well as her uncle, is really into music, so I think they really bond over that shared love of music. But she wants to be like a star, a singer, be a performer, whereas he would just want to play his keyboard in his sunroom and be left alone basically. But like I mentioned, I think she realizes how much of a catch her uncle is. He's a great guy, he's really nice, and I think once you get to know him, he's really he like opens up a little bit, but it's hard for him to get to that point. And so I really like the idea of him like meeting one of her teachers or something, and then they like fall in love. I think it's such a cute story, and it really reminds me of like a movie or something, and I think it would be fun to play with. So let me know if you guys like that idea. But here I am already moving on to the interior. This house came together like so quickly. I was kind of surprised, and I was kind of worried that I was maybe forgetting things, or even like not, I don't know, finishing something, or I don't know. I just felt like maybe I was leaving something out, but I really don't think I did. When I was taking the screenshots, I thought the house was super cute, and I think it's so charming, and I really tried to decorate it like this uncle lives here. So I tried to give it more of like a bachelor feel. I tried to make it feel like maybe the sim doesn't have like a super interest in like interior design or anything like that. And I think he likes the color blue because I used blue a lot. I used this darker blue wallpaper, which I don't usually use. Usually when I do a blue interior, I go for the light blue. I do end up using it in his bedroom, but I thought for the main or for the rest of the house, basically, I think I used it everywhere besides like the kitchen and the bathrooms. But yeah, I thought I would go for this darker blue, and I actually really like it, and I felt like it was different and fun and kind of refreshing in a way. Oh, speaking of refreshing, I did a community lot for my last speed build, and I've been trying to think of other community lots, and I asked you guys in that video, also on my Patreon page. I got some ideas from people about different community lots for both my channels, for this channel and my CC channel, which is SimLicy with CC. I have gotten a few questions recently asking what the name of that channel is. It's just SimLicy with CC. It's very simple and easy, hopefully, to find. But anyways, it's always linked in the end card, by the way. But anyways, yeah, I started building another community lot, and it's in this world, and it's a boba tea shop with the thrift store. And then I'm trying to figure out right now what else I'm going to add onto the lot, because I really want it to be like one of those multi-functioning community lots, and I don't want it to be too similar to the one that I did in that, like, what is that world called? It's like the extra world, the small one that came with Get to Work. I built like this huge complex with a restaurant, a movie theater, a bookstore, and I think a void critter store. I don't know, it's a huge build. I'll try to remember to link it, but I highly recommend you guys check it out. It's one of my favorite. I think I actually did a video like in 2 parts for that one because I spent so long on it, but I thought it was so cool. And for this one, I'm not really sure if I'm gonna have enough space to do a movie theater. I don't know, maybe I'll like go into the basement or something and add a bowling alley. I really don't know, because I don't have enough space for the bowling alleys. Like, the lots in this world are so tiny. Like, this one is so small, and like so many of them are, and which I don't mind like necessarily, but I wish there was like maybe one bigger lot somewhere like next to this one would be great, or maybe even one more like area that I could build a community lot in downtown. I don't know, I just feel like this world could have came with like 1 or 2 more lots, and I would have been very happy. But anyways, hopefully you guys are looking forward to that one, and if you guys have any ideas, leave them in the comments. Maybe I won't finish it before this video goes up, because it is going up early on my Patreon page. In case you guys didn't know, I am releasing my videos early on Patreon now, so you can see my speed builds early. You can also download the builds early. So if you're interested in that, it's always linked in the description as well, or the end card, so you guys can find it really easily. But anyways, here I will have rambled on through the rest of the living room, the entryway, the dining room, and then this is the kitchen. And what I love about this kitchen so much is just the layout. I like how there's this side door over here, and just kind of like where everything's positioned, and there's no island in here or anything. I just felt like it just was like a realistic kitchen. It felt cozy, and I love how it was just tucked over here by the side door. And I really liked using these counters and cabinets that came from Parenthood. I also used the stove and refrigerator that came with that whole set, just so they all looked matching. And I don't know, I just felt like this kitchen was so cozy. It's nothing really too basically special, I guess. Like, it's not too different than a lot of my kitchens, but I really liked it. So you guys will have to let me know if you agree. But here I'm just adding different little clutter pieces around, and I really tried to not add too much clutter in this build. I really wanted it to be like player friendly and not like overly cluttered and have different things not work or be blocked. And I did playtest that window, by the way, that the Sims can climb in and out of, and it totally functions. It works fine, and that's why I use the live edit objects fence around the balcony, because a regular fence would block your Sims. And so this way the Sim can just like climb through the fence and go down, but there's not like a weird like gap or anything where the ladder is and the fence isn't, basically, because it looks a little bit too much on purpose that way, and I want it to look like it's not intentional for the Sims to be able to climb down the lattice. But over here is the sunroom that I'm already done decorating. I really just threw a couple of things in there that I thought the uncle would enjoy. I think he enjoys reading, I think he enjoys music, and then I also put a chess table in there, so I thought that would be just like a nice activity. I don't think he's like really into chess, but maybe it's like an activity that they do together. Maybe she's in the chess club or something. I think that's a possibility. But yeah, something else that I wanted to mention about that window though is I had to lock the door to get the Sim to go through it. It seemed like the Sim preferred to go through the door even if the window was closer than the door. So something to think about if you're having trouble getting your Sim to go through the window and they're like routing through the door or something. I don't know, just lock the doors, because the uncle's bedroom is like connected to the balcony also, and the door leads to his bedroom. So I imagine she tries to be quite sneaky past the door and doesn't want him to hear her or see her. And so I don't want her like walking through the bedroom to go sneak out of the house. That doesn't make a lot of sense. But yeah, there is the upstairs bathroom. It's a pretty good sized bathroom. I also added a few decorations on the counter that I thought would be like clutter from her, just like the hair dryer and some like nail polish and stuff. And you'll notice that I added a few paintings around the build that are from Strangerville and have like desert scenes in them. And I was thinking that maybe originally he's from Strangerville, and maybe she is as well. And I don't know where her parents are and why she's with her uncle, but I feel like she's been with him for a while, maybe since like middle school or something. Not since she was like a child, but for a while. And I imagine when they first got together, she had a hard time because of course she was used to being with her parents, and maybe something tragic happened, I don't know. Or maybe one of the parents wasn't around since she was little and the other one has like an addiction or something and can't be there for, so maybe she sees that parent every once in a while. I don't know. But yeah, I was also thinking that this uncle is into woodworking, and I thought he made those chairs, so I thought that was pretty cute. So he's just really active in a lot of different activities. And yeah, I think he's probably kind of smart and really nice, and so she basically just wants to set her up with also somebody who's smart and nice, basically. But yeah, this is going to be the teens room. For the teenagers room, I just tried to show a lot of personality because I do think this teen loves music, they love dancing, they love being with their friends, and they're kind of loud and just in your face and very different from her uncle, basically. And so I tried to just show so much personality in this room. I used lots of different stuff from like high school years, from the Color Pop kit, and just tried to clutter it up with makeup and clothes and different patterns, and just tried to make it feel really bold and more exciting, I guess, than the rest of the house, just to show her like personality, basically. And then I also used this nice little mirror makeup station, and I don't know, I assume it functions because you can't like place it on different surfaces. It has to be like on a table. So I'm assuming you can like freshen up and like do your makeup in that mirror. So I thought that was a fun idea. And then yeah, I just put posters around and different sort of like CD wall decorations and different things like that. And I also loved this door. I thought this door was perfect, and it kind of really spurred on the whole personality and like style for this bedroom. So I thought it was really fun. And then over here I have this bookcase or shelf that came from the Color Pop kit, and I just put some like makeup and different clutter pieces that I thought suited the Sims personality, and I think it looks super cute. And yeah, I basically just love this room. I think it's so fun. But the kitchen's still probably my favorite. But yeah, here I'm gonna add the last few decorations, just some planter boxes outside and a barbecue or an outdoor dining area and just a few little extra details, and then we're on to the screenshot. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed this build, and I hope you guys do enjoy the screenshot. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions you have, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!
About to leave, already packing, come with me, I'm not really asking, we'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, like Night with no distractions, we'll get away. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Be free. Be free with me. Be free. Not looking back. Eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run. This is what we waited for. Oh, yeah. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow.